The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie, a novel that has stirred controversy and sparked debate ever since its publication in 1988. But what about the quotes written in this groundbreaking book? In this video, we'll take a closer look at some of the most memorable quotes from the Satanic Verses. Before we dive into the quotes, let's first talk about the book's plot. The Satanic Verses follows the story of two Indian actors, Jibreel Farishta and Saladin Chamcha, who are miraculously saved from a plane crash but find themselves transformed in ways they never could have imagined. The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie is a controversial and thought-provoking novel that has garnered much attention since its publication in 1988. Despite being a work of fiction, the book has been the subject of much debate and criticism, particularly within the Islamic community, for its depiction of the Prophet Muhammad and the religious themes it explores. The book. The Satanic Verses is a novel that tells the story of two Indian actors, Jibreel Farishta and Saladin Chamcha, who survive a terrorist attack on a plane flying from India to Britain. The incident transforms them both, as they begin to experience strange and surreal visions that blur the line between reality and fantasy. The novel explores themes such as identity, migration, and the nature of religion, as the characters grapple with their newfound experiences. The controversy. Despite its literary merit, the Satanic Verses has been the subject of controversy since its publication. This is largely due to its depiction of the Prophet Muhammad, and its exploration of religious themes that some have found offensive. The book's title itself refers to a historical incident in which the Prophet is said to have recited verses that were later retracted as being inspired by Satan, known as the Satanic Verses. The book's release sparked protests and riots in many countries, particularly in the Islamic world, with some calling for the book to be banned and Rushdie to be punished for blasphemy. The Iranian government even issued a fatwa against Rushdie, calling for his assassination, which forced him to live in hiding for several years. The impact. Despite the controversy, the Satanic Verses remains a significant work of literature that has contributed to discussions about religion, identity, and free speech. The book's exploration of themes such as migration and the immigrant experience is particularly relevant in today's world, as many people continue to migrate to new countries and struggle with issues of assimilation and identity. In addition, the controversy surrounding the book has also highlighted the importance of free speech and the right to express oneself without fear of persecution or retribution. The book's publication, and the ensuing protests, sparked a global conversation about these issues, and Rushdie himself has become a prominent advocate for free speech and artistic expression. The Satanic Verses has many quotes and passages throughout the book. Here are a few notable quotes. 1. To be born again, sang Jibreel Farishta tumbling from the heavens, first you have to die. This is the opening line of the novel and sets the tone for the story's exploration of themes of rebirth, transformation, and identity. 2. Language is courage, the ability to conceive a thought, to speak it, and by doing so to make it true. This quote reflects Rushdie's belief in the power of language to shape reality and challenge dominant narratives. 3. There is no such thing as destiny. Just men and their decisions. This quote speaks to the novel's exploration of free will and agency, and the idea that individuals are responsible for their own actions and choices. 4. To understand just one life, you have to swallow the world. This quote reflects the novel's expansive scope, and the idea that understanding individual experiences requires an understanding of larger historical, cultural, and political contexts. 5. The only people who see the whole picture are the ones who step outside the frame. This quote speaks to the novel's exploration of perspective and the ways in which shifting viewpoints can alter our understanding of the world. 6. The pure present is an ungraspable advance of the past, devouring the future. In truth, all sensation is already memory. This quote reflects the novel's exploration of time, memory, and the ways in which our perceptions of the present are shaped by our past experiences. 7. Nobody has any conscience about adding to the improbabilities of a marvelous tale. This quote speaks to the novel's use of magical realism, and the idea that storytelling allows for the exploration of complex and fantastical ideas. 8. We all are rushing towards death, but some people are going there faster than others. This quote speaks to the novel's exploration of mortality and the idea that death is an inevitable part of life. 9. What's wrong with being a Muslim? Nothing. What's wrong with the world believing that Muslims are the only people who take God seriously? This quote speaks to the novel's exploration of religion and the ways in which religious beliefs can be used to divide and marginalize people. 10. The act of writing is an act of optimism. You would not take the trouble to do it if you felt that it didn't matter. This quote reflects Rushdie's belief in the importance of writing and the power of literature to challenge dominant narratives and shape the world around us. Another memorable quote comes from Salman Rushdie, who says, "The true measure of a society is how it treats its minorities." But perhaps the most significant quote from the Satanic Verses is one that speaks to the very heart of the book's themes. Salman Rushdie himself put it best when he said, "The Satanic Verses is about migration, metamorphosis, divided selves, love, death, London and Bombay." Conclusion? The moral lesson and motivation we can take from the Satanic Verses is the importance of free speech, artistic expression, and the right to express oneself without fear of persecution or retribution. The book's publication, and the ensuing controversy highlighted the need to protect these fundamental rights, and its impact continues to be felt today. In addition, the book's exploration of themes such as identity and migration can also serve as a source of motivation for readers. The characters in the book struggle with issues of assimilation and identity, as many people do in real life. The book reminds us that these struggles are universal and that we must work to create a society that values diversity and respects the experiences of all people, regardless of their background. Ultimately, The Satanic Verses is a book that challenges us to think critically about our world and our place in it. Its impact has been significant, and its message remains relevant today. As readers, we can learn from the book's themes and use them as motivation to create a better world for ourselves and others. Regardless of the reasons for the controversy, The Satanic Verses remains an important and thought-provoking work of literature that raises important questions about religion, culture, and identity. Whether you love it or hate it, there's no denying that The Satanic Verses continues to be a book that captures the imagination and challenges our understanding of the world. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.